If you're struggling with drawing boring and unappealing faces, then this video will help you. So the first thing that will help you with avoiding same face syndrome, but also making much more appealing faces, is a rule called small, medium, big. And when I first started drawing, I didn't really know what this rule meant. I maybe saw one video about it, but never actually paid attention. So it's pretty simple. We want to divide our object into a small, medium, big thing. So perhaps we can use this for the thirds of the face. So in a normal, let's say perfect face, we have the same size for every third. So we have 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. So these areas, so the forehead area will be the same as the eyebrows to the nose area, and also these two will be also the same as the lower third. And we can play with these proportions. So for example, in this more anime art style, we have 3/3 where the bottom one is the smallest, then we have the middle one, which would be the medium one, boom, and then we have a forehead one, which would be the biggest. So pretty much we just want to make these thirds have different sizes. We can also do a medium chin area, the jaw area, then a big middle one and a smaller forehead. So we have here a small, big, medium, and we can play with these. Maybe we can make the chin area bigger, then the forehead medium, and the middle one smaller. So we have the biggest, now small, and medium. So this is one way that we can play with these proportions, and depending on different styles, for example in anime art style, depending on the style you want to go, you can just play with these. And also if you want to learn more about drawing faces, you can check out my course that will help you go from a basic potato to a fully rendered face. But now there is other way that we can use the small, medium, big rule in faces, and it's just by playing with proportions of facial features. For example, in more anime art style, which is usually just more appealing, we have bigger eyes, then we can play with maybe a medium size nose and smaller lips. So we have here big, medium, small. For example, here we have pretty big eyes still, then medium nose again, and smaller lips. Here we have bigger eyes, smaller nose, and medium lips. And of course, it doesn't have to be only anime art style. We have also in more like semi-realistic. So we have bigger eyes, which here in like more realistic faces, the ratios are much smaller. So perhaps we have here a big, then we have medium, and then we have small, which doesn't really look that far apart from each other, whereas in anime art style we have big, then we have medium, and then we have small, as you can see here. So these are more similar, and there's a subtle change in the sizes of them. So here we have, for example, bigger eyes, of course, then a medium nose and a smaller lips. Now here we have smaller nose, medium, to be honest, bigger lips, and medium eyes. And what it gives us is pretty much we can just make our eyes bigger if you want this facial feature to be more as a focal point. For example, here we see that the nose and mouth aren't really that detailed, whereas the eyes are far more detailed. And also being the biggest facial feature, it just makes it a focal point on the face. But there is also another way that we can use that rule, and it's also for shapes in our drawing. For example, here we can already see that we have a big shape for hair, boom, then we have like here a medium one, and here a smaller one. So we have big, small, medium. And of course here we have like a big shape, which still we can divide this shape even more, then like a medium here ball, and then perhaps we have super small details here, and even in this. So we have here like a big, we can simplify it like that, a big hair strand, then here we have like a perhaps medium one, boom, and then for example we have here some smaller ones, boom, and also here. So same in this area here, we have like a big hair strand here, then we have a smaller one, boom, and this is medium. And pretty much you can use this rule for everything. Here even we have, boom, the biggest one, then here a medium one, and a smallest one. Even here, of course, this is even in clothes we can use that. For example, here the blue, here, boom, we have as the biggest, then purple, which is the medium one, and then the golden one, which is the smallest one. Same here, boom. So this takes more space, the blue one, then we have medium, and then small. And also if you want my brushes, they are for free in the description below, and with them you can get 30 art tips that will help you improve your art in 30 days. Now, another thing that we can do in order to have much more appealing faces is just simplify them into basic shapes. So for example, whenever I draw a face, as you can see here, it's super simple shape here. We have like here would be a ball like this, then we have a jaw shape, boom, and this is just, as you can see here, it's a face. Then we add a middle line, boom, can also add a simple neck, and we have a face. So not only simplifying our faces into basic shapes will help us with making much more appealing faces, but also it will help us have much stronger and better construction, which then we can add details and rendering much easier. So whenever I draw a face, I just start with a ball, then I add a jaw shape, boom, and I have a simple face. Of course, we can do a side view also, boom, we have a simple shape. So pretty much just a cranium and then a jaw shape here, boom. Even from a front view, we have a ball, boom, then we mark our chin, then our jaw here, boom, boom, and perhaps we can make it a little bit wider, like that, boom. And we have a super simple shape for our face. So then you can just place on these simple shapes an eye line, then eyebrow line, then nose line, boom, you have thirds, you can have 1/3 here, 1/3 here, and then find forehead area, boom, have the same thirds, and then you can just place facial features, some simple guidelines, boom, then mouth here, and as you can see here, maybe you can add some eyebrows, boom, here we have forehead, boom, boom, then maybe some ears, boom, as you can see here, and we have a super simple face, of course, a neck, boom, and this is super simple way to just have a face. But you don't have to only simplify the basic head shape, you can also do that for facial features and even hair. So for facial features, we can just simplify the eye into 2 lines for the upper, boom, and 2 for the bottom eyelid. Same here. You can also do that with 3 lines. So for example, perhaps here, you can zoom in, boom, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 for the bottom one. 1, 2, 3. Same for the nose, mouth, just simplify everything. And even in anime art style, you see that the nose is pretty much just a simple dot and then a shadow shape. Same for the mouth, just 2 lines and some shadows. Maybe in like a 3/4 view or side view, you have much more details, as you can see here, boom, but still it's fairly simplified. So then even in hair, you just simplify it into super big shape, boom, like that, then other big shape here, and you just go use small, medium, big rule and just establish smaller hair strands. So you have big one, boom, the medium one, and a really small one, boom. Same here, boom, big, here, medium, and some smaller supporting hair strands, boom. So this is what you want to pretty much do. Work from big to medium to small shapes. Now let's go to the next tip, which is fairly simple, but adds like a lot of appeal. So this will help us create cleaner shapes. And what I mean by that, it's a simple, again, rule, or more like a ratio, close to golden ratio, where we pretty much divide things into 3:7 ratio. As you can see here, this point on the eye, where it basically goes into another line, is at around 30% of the whole eye length. And also we can do that for much more shapes. But it's like whenever you draw an eye, boom, we have this here that basically is like a 30%. I guess there would be 25. So a little bit here, we have around like maybe 30%. So 3:7 ratio. But we can also use that for things like hairs, where perhaps we can divide this into, again, boom, 3:7 ratio, boom. And it doesn't also have to be for the hair and faces. We can also do that for maybe thighs. So here we have like a thigh, boom, with the widest part of the hips at around, again, 3:7 ratio, so 30%. Boom. And also this doesn't have to be perfectly 30%, it can be like maybe 60-40 or like 80-20. So we have 80-20 rule, 70-30, and 60-40. These are like nice ratios, and this is more closer to like golden ratio. Same even for the head shape, we can do that. Pretty much we have our ball, and the height of the head can be around like 1.6 of the width, which is again like 60%, like around. So of course these are like simple rules that you can just use that will help you make appealing things, faces, but you don't have to follow them like 100% really close. And now the last thing is about flow of the face, which will also help you with appeal. For example, we can see here that we have some sense of flow, that the hair are going in one direction here, boom, again here, here, boom. So you see that these flow into this bone here, which also, boom, flows later. Same here, boom, boom. This pushes here, then pushes here, boom, boom. We have a nice flow. As in gestures, we have this nice flows of C, S, and I shapes. So pretty much these are like arrows. So for example, here we have one arrow, boom, another arrow, boom, and here, like that. So these will help us guide our viewer into the places that we want to actually have them look at. For example, in this drawing, I actually tried to do that with these hair strands here, boom. So we have one arrow, boom, another arrow, boom, another arrow, even this like that, this goes here, even these, boom, this goes there, and even these three shapes here work kind of like an arrow, and these hair here flow like this. So although this was more like a pointing down, boom, something like this. So you can use this flow in your drawing to help you with your focal point, with adding more movement to the drawing, boom. It also can be with the clothes, with everything pretty much. Even here we have a flow of the hair, boom. And it doesn't have to point in some direction, you just have to have a pretty nice flow. For example, here we have these sides that go down like this, boom. But here we have one thing, which is basically we don't want to make a snowman with our curves. So if you see a snowman, it's like this, boom, and that's a cyclope. But yeah, we don't want to have a snowman, and because these lines point into each other like this, we want to have a little bit offset. So we want to have one line here, boom, then other here, then again here. For example, here we can see that. Let's pick a different color. We have one curve here, boom, and then one here. So this points here, and then this takes over there. And we could also then just follow this flow like this, 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 boom. But here we have also other thing that helps us break the flow. So sometimes it's really useful and powerful to that. For example, these hair flow into this direction, boom, boom, boom. And here we have a single hair strand. So that goes, boom, that breaks the flow. It goes in a different direction, as you can see here, boom. So this is also pretty useful. We have also these points here that, boom, break out from the hair. But yeah, as you can see here, this simple one hair strand just goes into different directions. So you have a flow like this, and then you have something that goes, maybe different color, something that goes like this. It basically breaks this in like a perpendicular, boom, 90-degree, I guess, angle. Of course, this is not really 90-degree, but it breaks the flow nonetheless. So a lot of the flow comes more of the hair in faces. For example, even here we have some flow, boom, the sketch of Yishuen, here another hair, boom, boom, then here like this, boom. We can really have some flowy hair depending on if the wind is strong in the drawing or, you know, different stuff. But even here we have some flow here. So yeah, again with the CSI, you can see that here we have like, let's take blue, or actually let's take yellow, greenish. So here For example, we have an S, this C, C, boom. And these just push out or create an arrow that goes like this. Even here we have flow, boom. Let's pick now maybe green, like this. Here, this here, which also breaks flow a little bit, because these flow like this, boom. So you can see a lot of C's, boom, and C's, boom, boom. Even here, like a more spiral, some S's, and yeah. And also, if you want, you can check out my Patreon for monthly tutorials. And this month there will be 3 tutorials, so you can check it out. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, bye.